Hey there, guys. Welcome to the Wolverine Den podcast. I am your host, Zach Zanday. Today, we're going to be talking about more about the NFL and Jim Harbaugh rumors, and we're also going to be talking about the way too early offensive depth chart for the 2022 Michigan football team and also the defensive side of the ball. Let's go ahead and get started. So, the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, Josh McDaniels, has been named a candidate for the Las Vegas Raiders job, along with one of their front office guys, Dave Ziegler. This kind of takes the attention off of Jim Harbaugh, in my personal opinion, and brings his attention back to Michigan. Have they really taken a swing for Jim Harbaugh? Like, honestly, let's think about it. I mean, it's rumored. It's rumored every single year since he started here, but I don't think it's really going to happen. It's more likely to happen than it was in previous years, but I still don't think it's going to happen. Let's talk about why Jim Harbaugh might be taking so long to sign his new contract with Michigan. This is just my personal opinion. He's focused. He's on the job right now. He's recruiting. He doesn't want to take any attention off of that. If he does leave, he wants to put Michigan in a really good spot with recruiting. And if not, he just wants to do his job and he wants to do, a better job. He wants to compete with these guys at Georgia, Alabama. He wants to win a national championship for the University of Michigan. Another opinion of mine, the guy is 58. He's getting older. So, in my opinion, if he were to make another move, whether if it's with Michigan or the Las Vegas Raiders, I think it's going to be a mega deal, and it's also going to be his last stop. Just my opinion. He's getting older. He might want to retire. Hopefully he retires with the University of Michigan. And there's another thing that I kind of noticed, and it's really none of my business about how much somebody makes, but it's a public, number anyway. So Mike Elston, if you Google, Mike Elston contract, Mike Elston salary, there's really nothing to show, nothing about 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. But if you look up like Mike Hart, Sharon Moore's, George Hilo's, their numbers are there. Mike Hart is on his, last year, contract year. This is last year in 2022, and hopefully he keeps, extending his contract with us at the University of Michigan. But it's just odd to me. Maybe, Harbaugh's trying to get a better deal for his assistants, and Mike Elston's part of that deal. So hopefully we find out soon. Like John U. Bacon said, it's day 21. No one knows a damn thing besides Jim Harbaugh and his family. So hopefully we find out very soon. If I had to take a guess, if he, on Jim Harbaugh's contract, this is just a little fun guess. I say it's going to be 7 years, $63 million incentive base, kind of like it was this year, but it's going to be $9 million per year, and then every time he beats Ohio State, or goes to the Big Ten championship, or goes to the college football playoff, he gets his incentive, base salary like he did this year. So now let's talk about the way too early offensive and defensive depth chart with the 2022 Michigan Wolverines. So, starting at QB, I have J.J. McCarthy, and backing him up, I have Jaden Denegal. Yeah, Jaden Denegal. And to be honest with you, if J.J. does start, he won't. Cade McNamara won't, stick around. I mean, and I can't blame him. I won't be mad at him if he leaves, if he does transfer, if J.J. does end up starting this year. I won't blame Cade for leaving. The kid did a lot for the team. He led the team to a, Big Ten championship. First one outright since 2003. So I think it'll be JJ and Jaden. And then for the, running backs, you got Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards. I would like for them to sprinkle CJ Stokes in there. He's an incoming freshman in the 2022 class. I would like for them to sprinkle in CJ Stokes. But, Thunder and Lightning is back again. But instead of Hassan Haskins, you got Donovan Edwards. For the wide receiver room, I got my first obvious choice was Ronnie Bell. Ronnie Bell is a stud. I like him. From what he showed in his little showing in the Western Michigan game, I'm very excited for him to play this year. My second and third is Cornelius Johnson and A.J. Henning, surprisingly. Not Mike Sanders still, A.J. Henning. And then you sprinkle in, your Roman Wilson, Darius Clement, Mike Sanders still. Those guys, stacked wide receiver room. So I'm really excited for, how the offense is going to look this year. The offensive line is going to look a little different. Andrew Stuber's going to the draft now, and Chuck Filiaga has decided to transfer and go elsewhere, which good for him. I wish him nothing but the best. You got Oluwatimi, the All-American transfer from Virginia. He's a center, and I think he's going to be a plug-and-play kind of guy. He's going to be ready to go. And then we got Trente Jones, Trevor Keegan, Ryan Hayes, and Zach Zinter. And then you can sprinkle in Barnhart, if you need to, or you can put in the new incoming freshman Andrew Gentry and a couple of those other newcoming guys. So, get them some reps in garbage time. And then your tight ends, you got Eric All and Schoonmaker. And that's another obvious one. Like, it was like the running backs room. It was just another obvious, prediction. I wouldn't even call it prediction. I'd be calling it, obvious. For the defense, this one was tough because you got a lot of guys that played on the defense this year with all the substitution that Michigan was doing, the problem that they had against Michigan State. So for my defensive tackle starting, I got Mozzie Smith. Mozzie Smith has the most experience. He knows Mike McDonald's defense. And with Mike McDonald's defense being a 3-4, base defense, you can't have two nose tackles, so you got to have one. Mine's going to be Mozzie Smith. Backing him up is going to be Rayshon Benny, and then, sprinkling in Chris Jenkins and Kenneth Grant. My ends are going to be Mike Morris and Taylor Upshaw. Taylor Upshaw backing up Mike Morris. I like the way Mike Morris has played this year. I think he can, step up. He was one of those guys in that, picture that's been all over the internet after the Orange Bowl with J.J. Edwards and Corum. So I think he'll be motivated to step up and be the next, David Ajabo or Aiden Hutchinson type player. For the linebackers, I got Jalen Harrell, Nikai Hill-Green, and Junior Colson. I'm really excited about Junior Colson. About our linebacker room in general. I think they're very talented. I think, the staff did a great job this year developing the linebackers this year. For the defensive backs, that's the one where I kind of get weary on because, Brad Hawkins is done. Daxton Hill's done. Vincent Gray's leaving. So we got DJ Turner, RJ Moden, Rod Moore, Zeke Berry, Jamon Green, and Will Johnson. I want to add Will Johnson in there because I think the kid's going to be a stud. He played wide receiver and defensive back in high school. And I think, maybe he'll be another Charles Woodson or a Jabril Peppers type of player where he can play both sides of the ball, special teams, whatever, he can ball. And then obviously your punters, Brad Robbins, and you got Jake Moody as your kicker. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Go ahead and subscribe on my YouTube. You guys have a great day. Go Blue. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at the Wolverine Mob, or just look me up on Twitter at the Wolverine Den. Let's talk more Michigan football.